सर आपने 42 डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एयरक्राफ्ट्स फ्लाई किए
Actually, not 42, 52.
ओह सॉरी सर 52 अलग अलग तरह के एयरक्राफ्ट। सो बाकी के बारे में थोड़ा बात करेंगे, बट जो हमारे मेजर वो हैं सर आज के डेट पे, मिराज, तेजस, एलसीएस, सुखोई, इनमें से हाउ डू वी इक्वेट ईच अदर, या जब एक एयर पैकेज बनता है सर फॉर मे बी किसी भी ऑपरेशन के लिए, तो हम क्या डायनेमिक्स ध्यान रख करके वो प्लान करते हैं सर?
It's like you would fight in any war. You put your best foot forward.
सर
So each aircraft has got its unique features,
सर
unique advantages and disadvantages. So when you're planning something, you take the best advantage and pit it against the worst part of the enemy that you can
सर
pit it against, so that you have the maximum asymmetry. Each aircraft, like for example the Mirage is in the front of the Air Force for quite some time. It was inducted in 1985, and it was the aircraft which was pushed to the Maldives operations, if you remember.
yes yes
Yes, sir.
cactus
Yeah,
cactus
sir.
yes
It was the aircraft which went to Sri Lanka for Operation Pumalai, when we dropped for LTT 6 N-32s. If you recollect, we went and dropped food and
सर
for the LTT at.
वो आईपीकेएफ के जाने से पहले जब
Yes,
sir.
एलटीटी को सपोर्ट कर रहे थे
So that was the Mirages were escorting the AN-32s there, Operation Pumala. Then came Maldives operations. Again, the Mirages were inducted. Subsequent to that, we had Kargil. Again, that is by this time the Mirages were about 14 years old. 1999, 1985, 14 years. The Mirages were used. Subsequent to that, look at it, 20 years later, in 2019, Balakot strike, again the Mirages were dropping bombs. Consistently, this aircraft was ideally suited for air-to-ground delivery. It has nothing to do with its pilots, it has more to do with the aircraft and its capability. And the weapons that it had the ability to drop successfully. Each of these wars, it had different weapon sets.
बट अगर सर डॉग फाइट टाइप की हम ऑपरेशन प्लान करें तो मिराज इज नॉट द बेस्ट
Not today. Today, I would suggest that the Rafale would be the best.
सर
From two things. One, the weapon it can fire, and secondly, the sensors it has to determine its situation.
सर
It's very important, like in any facet, your situational awareness should be very hot. And your situational awareness is a function of your aircraft capability, the sensors it has got. Because no longer is your eyes telling you what is happening. It is your radar, your infrared search and tracking system, your electronic warfare system. All of them are working simultaneously and fusing a picture which is being shown to you. And the one which has got the best picture wins.
रफाल
That's today.
यस
Tomorrow another aircraft will come along, maybe the AMCA.
सुखोई कितना पीछे है सर इसमें?
Sukhoi is, I think, probably a generation behind in this particular facet. However, there is an upgrade on the Sukhoi which will happen in 5 to 7 years' time, which is going on, ongoing. When that sort of gets complete and the aircraft gets deployed with all its capability, we'll probably have a more good picture of where exactly the Sukhoi stands. As it stands today, it is, I would put it a generation behind the Rafale.
sir.
That's the way it is today.
सर
As far as the weapons are concerned, especially in an air-to-air scenario, the Rafale has got the Meteor, which is the best air-to-air missile which we have today in the Air Force, as against which the Sukhois have got today the RWA AE, and maybe some new missiles will come around from after Sindoor, and we will have probably better capabilities coming in shortly.
सर आजकल एक बहुत बात चलती है कि 6th जनरेशन एयरक्राफ्ट बना रहे हैं कि यूएस चाइना, एंड डिफरेंस क्या है सर 5th एंड 6th जनरेशन एयरक्राफ्ट में, एंड हमारी स्टैंडिंग आज की डेट में कहाँ पर है?
हमारी जो एयरक्राफ्ट है वो 4.5 जनरेशन की है
सर.
अब 4.55 या 4.51, it's a matter of debate, but that's where we stand today. When you say fifth generation technology, simply put, it is technology till what was known till the 21st century, that is till 2000.
Sir.
That is what we call fifth generation. And the defining features of a fifth generation aircraft are firstly stealth and secondly supercruise.
Sir.
Stealth, I'm sure you understand.
Yes, sir.
Where your ability to be spotted by the enemy are remarkably reduced.
मतलब radar detect ना कर पाए.
Radar, not only radar, to a large extent visually as well as from IR and from every other sensor.
यूएस का जो B2 bombers हैं सर.
That's just fifth generation. It is a stealthy bomber because of its shape, and the aerodynamics are so catered so that it doesn't create any ripples for a radar beam which hits it. So you cannot detect it. It's not what correctly say, it's not exactly total stealth. It is actually what is called low observable. Means the probability of you picking it up are remarkably reduced. Let me give you some numbers. What is typically the size of a aircraft if you were to use radar against this? We have a number called the radar cross section. So if I take a MiG-21 and I use a radar against it, the MiG-21 will come out with a radar cross section of about 2 to 3 square meters.
Sir.
So.
Meaning, अगर 2 to 3 square meter का एक plate अगर flat रखा जाए against the radar beam, that will be the reflection of a MiG-21 which is coming at it.
Sir.
Compare this to say an F-35. We believe what is published is its radar cross section is 0.0001.
0.0001 sir.
0.001.
Sir.
Which means it's like the size of a small bird.
Sir, वो कैसे अपने shape के वजह से या?
By shape, by multiple technologies. Shape, material used, radar absorbent material used, the quality of the paint,
Sir.
the quality of the material, whether it is plastic or it is composite as against metal,
Sir.
which is far more reflective.
Sir.
So combination of all this goes towards making up low observable. So
Sure.
these are all what is considered to be fifth generation. And
I'm
they
really
are
scared about sixth generations.
now fifth generation, these technologies had, as I told you, two things. One is stealth and the other is, you forget, I told you no, the other is the ability to supercruise.
Supercruise, yes sir.
Which means the ability to fly at beyond Mach 1 speeds, but with dry power, means without engaging afterburner. So these are the two defining features.
ये आपको समझाना पड़ेगा सर थोड़ा सा आफ्टरबर्नर.
नॉर्मल एयरक्राफ्ट जो होता है ना, उसके इंजन और कोई फाइटर एयरक्राफ्ट या ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट के जेट इंजन की तरह ही होता है. However, in a fighter aircraft, to get additional thrust,
Sir.
fuel is injected in the exhaust and burnt.
Sir.
And that is called afterburning. हाँ.
Okay.
अलग से.
Sir.
And that is used only for very classical times like takeoff or for combat. जहाँ thrust ज़्यादा चाहिए होता, but and you're not now worried about fuel consumption.
Yes.
So afterburner is used for maximum thrust for takeoff and for combat.
Sir.
Otherwise, you are not using it so that you can cruise for a longer distance. If you start using afterburner, aircraft can finish its fuel within 8 minutes, where it can actually fly for 1.5 hours. But with afterburner, it just consumes. Fuel consumption in a Mirage, for example, is 500 kgs per minute. That is the sort of rate of fuel consumption. And a clean Mirage, without any stores, has about 3,800 liters of fuel. And in kgs, it's 3,160 kgs. So if I was using afterburner, 6 minutes, my aircraft is empty.
My.
So that is the rate of consumption. So I use it only very sparingly in combat or for takeoff which is about a minute, and put it off, and then conserve the fuel for war. As I mentioned, super cruise is the ability to do high Mach cruise without afterburner. Meaning the engine is so powerful enough that in dry power, that means without engaging afterburner, my aircraft can cruise at beyond Mach 1 speeds. So these two defining features, stealth
And super cruise.
and super cruise, are 5th generation technologies. Now this stealth is restricted in the sense it is restricted to a certain radar wavelength. More often than not, it is in the X band, which is where enemy radars are operating to detect you. So you tend to have the shape and the material so that the X band is defeated. However, other radar bands like the VOHF or the VHF band of the radar can see through this sort of stealth of 5th generation.
So much of effort.
Yeah, but these the targeting radars are all in the X band.
Sir, this must have range या अलग-अलग तरह के
The
limitations.
VOHF radars have got very good range, but their accuracy is very poor. Their wavelength is larger, so the blip size is large. So discriminating as to the accuracy is very poor. But it can pick up a stealth aircraft. That is known today. 6th generation overcomes this capability, this lack of capability of the 5th generation, and is now stealth for a larger bandwidth. So it's up to us to define what is that bandwidth, whether it will do from VOHF to X band or beyond, KU band and Ka band, or somewhere a little bit tighter. But that's where the thought process is, the 6th generation. The 6th generation also has the capability to call the MUMT, which is man-unmanned machine teaming. So that loyal wingman can be flown along with the aircraft.
इसके बारे में आपको और थोड़ा समझाना पड़ेगा सर. It is drones और aircrafts का एक साथ मिलकर के operations.
Yes, that's right. It's a teaming between two platforms. Both of them, one with a man in it and the other without a man. They work like a combat team of 2 people, or maybe even more. It could be one mother aircraft with, say, a team of 5 or 6 unmanned aircrafts. They appear the same from the radar perspective. They are also stealthy, and they also carry weapons. These are all concepts at the moment.
Sure.
They are being realized slowly, and by and by, as time goes on, these will start getting deployed in war. But as it stands today, it is all in the laboratory or in the
concept paper, sir.
Testing. In fact, it has gone beyond concept. It is already being tested.
सर इसको अगर हम बात करें तो हम इंडिया की अगर बात ना करें, किसी और कंट्री की अगर हम बात करें तो हाउ डू यू सी एनी वन ऑपरेशन बीइंग प्लान्ड, जैसे कि मे बी स्ट्राइक के लिए मैन वाला है या मैन वाला हेडक्वार्टर है और ये साथ में 3-4 ड्रोन्स ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं जिसको वी आर पासिंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस दैट you go and strike or you go and create target the air defense, this guy will go and strike, something like this?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Sir.
It's exactly like that. It will be like a mothership.
Sir.
That is, say, let us assume a 6th generation fighter, which has got...
जो अभी AWACS role play करती है?
Almost like AWACS now.
AWACS, हाँ.
Yeah, it will be having along with it a team of, say, 5 or 3 or 4 unmanned.
Sir.
Some of them will be decoys, in the sense they will go ahead and they will show themselves up faster so that the enemy has to respond.
Sir.
When he responds, he gives away his radar signature and position, which is relayed backward to the mothership to know that there is a threat and from this direction. This is one could be a sacrificial guy who gets shot and killed and destroyed, or is a sort of a lead patrol element.
Yes, sir.
Just to probe, sir.
Exactly that. So here you are working as a team where the dangerous work is being done by people who are expendable. Yes. And the heavy lifting, that is carrying the heavy weapons and firing them in a more benign and safe, would be the mothership's job.
Sir.
These would be small, expendable. They cannot be very highly complex, because if they are so, then they become expensive. And when they become expensive, then the very purpose of them being in the sky gets defeated. If I have a unmanned aircraft more expensive than the manned, then
Sir.
I lose the professionality which I'm looking for. I'm trying to
Protect the man.
protect the man and make him for some unique task which he can do, and use the unmanned to do the grunt work, the work which is either very dangerous or very boring.
Sir.
Sir.
I get these so-called, guys to do the job for me. It's like a motor mechanic. If you see, he's got 5 or 6 of these youngsters with him who are, he does the basic stuff and tells them, tighten kar do, something like that. I can put it.
So will it reduce the pilot ka employment?
I'm sure in future, as technology progresses, as you see for yourself how artificial intelligence is progressing, your requirement for the sort of manpower you would normally carry with you for doing everything will definitely reduce, especially in some very niche fields. You will see for yourself, as I've seen many pundits on artificial intelligence predict that the most dramatic shift will take place in medicine, and especially in radiology. They say radiology will be the first thing which will get hit by artificial intelligence. Whatever a radiologist does today, artificial intelligence can do better. It can look at an image, it can tell you far more in depth and learn far faster and keep that knowledge to itself. And this is the way it's progressing. It is a matter of time before we have a scenario where there will be unmanned aircraft which are capable of doing everything that the manned aircraft can do today. There will be a sort of a scenario where only missiles are being fired at each other. But remember, at the end of all this, the whole purpose of war is to use violence to get the enemy to do what you want.
Sure. Sir.
And violence means it is not violence against buildings or violence against his own missiles. It's against his human beings.
Yes.
And his populace. So at the end of the day, whether you use a drone or a missile or whatever, you are trying to bend his will to achieve your objective, your political objective, which cannot be achieved by diplomacy.
Sure.
To that extent, we will find progress in every field. Where the progress will come is a matter of speculation. There have been people saying, why don't we take away pilots out? Even today, in the field of civil aviation, the aircrafts have got 2 pilots and 2 engines. When you have a scenario where in the civil aviation field, only 1 pilot will be left behind, which is not even on the drawing board today, where there is only there's an aircraft with 1 pilot. That's not even in the drawing board today.
We'll move to trains.
No, but this is progress for you. But the first step you will see in this progress will be from 2 pilots, it will reduce to 1. And then probably the next step will be none. In civil aviation.
Yes.
In fighter aviation, in military aviation, where risk taking is far more higher, it may be possible that we will graduate to pilotless fleet in future.
मैं तो सोच के लग रहा है कि you're in a dogfight और सामने वाला it's pilotless, it's more like a Tesla navigating.
Yeah, but he has to know what is happening around it.
So like
as long as he is aware of the situation around it and he can process it at 1,000 times a second, no human being can match it.
Yes.
But he has to have the eyeball equivalent where he's seeing what is happening around it, processing it.
मतलब गाड़ी को इंडियन रोड्स में चलाने से ज़्यादा मुश्किल तो आई एम श्योर होगा, बट ना सर इतने सारे चीज़ें प्रोसेस करते हैं ट्रैफिक लाइट से लेकर के हु इज क्लोज हु इज नॉट क्लोज. ऑफ कोर्स द स्पीड्स आर different level altogether.
But I see it happening because
उस लेवल पे हो जाएंगे सर.
Processing is that much more easier in a system which is designed for it. So I see this happening, and I think we should embrace it and grasp it and use it to our advantage.
Before somebody else does it.
Absolutely. No, everybody is doing it already. We have to just use it. At the moment, we should use AI today to use it for our decision support. There are many decisions you have to take in war fighting.
अच्छा
So you can use AI systems to generate the information
yes,
to make it into knowledge for you. So you can take quick decisions. That's where it stands today. And I see it's going to increase day by day as time progresses.
जय हिंद। आई होप आपने इस क्लिप को एंजॉय किया है। अगर आप ये फुल पॉडकास्ट देखना चाहते हैं तो उसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया गया है, और इसी प्रकार के हमारे गैलेंट रियल लाइफ हीरोज़ के अगर पॉडकास्ट आप देखना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारे मेन चैनल मॉन्क्स एंड वॉरियर्स बाय कर्नल कौशल कश्यप चेकआउट कर सकते हैं। जय हिंद।